Hey guys, we meet again. We always do. I know it's been a while since I've been on this channel, and I also know that's like the same thing I've said in the last like 100 videos. But listen, we're not gonna get into it, okay? Here I am. Take me or leave me. Although I do want to say really quick, I did start a podcast with Lily, because what do you do when you cannot stay consistent on your YouTube channel? You start a podcast. It's called Do We Know Them, and we post every Sunday. We've done 4 episodes so far, which if you do the calculations on that, that means we have been active and consistent for a whole month. So those of you who said we would not make it past episode 1, suck a big one. But the podcast is basically us just reacting to internet things, internet drama, just talking about our thoughts on just shit happening on the internet. It's been so fun, and honestly, I love doing it. So yeah, if that interests you and you wish that you had more content from me, there you go. You can click the link down below and see me every Sunday talking shit. But anyway, yeah, today's video is gonna be the huge. We're just gonna catch up, because every time I do a video, we have to fucking catch up, because I've been gone for so long. But I actually do want to bring my daughter up at the end of this video, just because the last time you guys saw her, she was this big, and now she's ginormous. But yeah, I have to do that at the end because I can't bring her up during this. She won't let me film, and then if I put her back downstairs and she doesn't have my boobies next to her, we're gonna have an issue. So she's calm right now, we're gonna leave her there. Anyway, today's video is gonna be an assumptions about me as a mother video, and then I'm also gonna do like a brief Q&A at the end just to catch up, you know, have a little chit chat. But before we get into the assumptions, I do have to really quickly thank our sponsor for this video, which is my favorite sponsor that we have on this channel, and that's Bright Cellars. Bright Cellars is a wine subscription service. A lot of you guys have tried it and loved it, and seriously, it is one of my favorite subscription services ever. I have yet to be disappointed by one of the wines that they send. All you have to do is take a quick 7-question quiz. They match you with wines from all over the world, and it's curated to your taste. And each box comes with little wine education cards, so it'll have the tasting notes, suggested pairing, the serving temperature that's recommended for the wine. I mean, it's amazing. Every time I get the box, I love opening it and showing my husband, being like, oh, this one's from Chile, this one's from Costa Rica. And it just, honestly, every single wine has been bangers. I always do the all reds box because I don't know what it is about my age at this point, but I just really like red wine. But I have done the mixture before, and I still like the white wines that they had sent me. They were delicious. It makes for a super great gift to the wine lovers in your life. And guys, they're offering a very good deal. So if you click the link in my description box, you're gonna get your first box for 50% off. But that is not all. Normally that would get you 6 bottles of wine, but if you click my link, you're gonna get 7. That's an extra bottle, baby. They literally came to me and were like, hey, why don't we give your followers an extra bottle? And I was like, yes, thank you. Bright Cellars is one of my favorite companies and one of my favorite subscription boxes. I know that you guys will love it. So yeah, if you're into wine or you don't know what to get your dad for his birthday and he's into wine, guys, this is it. And yeah, if you want to support this channel and get some awesome wine, click that link in the description box. Thank you so much to Bright Cellars for sponsoring yet another video. One of my favorite brands to work with, and I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Cheers! Okay, so let's get into these assumptions. Let's see. Someone assumes that when my kids fall over, I tell them to stop crying about it and get up. Absolutely not. They say you're not supposed to react because that's what gets the reaction out of the kids. And honestly, that's kind of true, but I cannot help it. I am the worst panicker. If anybody falls or anything happens, like my whole body just tenses up and I'm like, oh my God, like it's just like, for what? Like, why do I need to do all of that? I think it's just my anxiety and I can't help it. But yeah, I'm the opposite of that. Like if one of my kids cry, I am running to them and picking them up and, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? And sometimes that makes them cry. Sometimes my reaction makes them cry. Honestly, I'm so bad in emergency situations. You guys actually don't know this, I'm pretty sure, but Noah had to have stitches at 9 months old on his right pinky toe. It was when we were living in my shitty apartment in Miami, and we had to every month go and pick up air filters to like replace, and Nassim was walking back with the air filter to replace it, and he was holding it, and Noah like kicked into the air filter. And if you guys have ever seen the opposite side of an air filter, it's like metal blades. And honestly, it almost took his toe off. Like it was awful. And I was a wreck. Like I didn't know what the fuck to do with my life, and I'm just so bad in those situations. I'm frozen. I just start like stammering and looking around and just be like, I don't know. So yeah, you do not want me on your team in the zombie apocalypse, and it's okay. Neither does anyone in my life. They are always saying that to me. It's not my fault I don't work well under pressure. I assume that you do gentle parenting. Absolutely. We kind of have to. Noah, I've been to debating on whether or not I want to talk about Noah's diagnosis, because a lot of you guys have been here from the start when I had let you guys know that he had a speech delay. So we realized around a year and a half that he was delayed in speech. And ever since then, we've had him in speech and OT, and we never really had a formal diagnosis. But we did actually recently receive a formal diagnosis because we kind of had to for something that we were trying to do with paperwork. I don't know, when we received it, I did think about like my channel, and I know that sounds stupid, but I was like, man, should I like ever talk about this with my channel? Is that like, because it's his business, you know, and I don't want to, I don't know. But I do want to just really quickly share what his diagnosis is, just because a lot of you guys have been following along for the ride. And if his diagnosis can help anybody else who's been here and has seen his like symptoms and certain things that we noticed, and applying that knowledge to maybe their own kids could possibly help their kids get early intervention, then I want to do that. And I want to always try to provide information only if it's going to like help. So Noah was diagnosed with autism level 2. So there are 3 levels to autism, and 2 is the medium level. So it's not severe and it's not like mild, it's medium, like the Taco Bell sauce. And it wasn't necessarily shocking, but like I feel like in certain videos I have like said I don't think that Noah had autism because my little brother had autism, and I've worked with so many kids who have autism of all different age ranges and backgrounds, and I just never saw the specific symptoms I saw in them in him. You know, he's never been a toe walker, he doesn't stim with his hands, he points. You know, there was like so many things that I was like, no, like he does things that usually aren't very typical for kids with autism. And honestly, it just goes to show what a spectrum autism is. That's why it's the autism spectrum. It's different for everybody. And I literally grew up with someone who had autism and worked with so many people, and still my son is completely unique to me. So yeah, so that's his diagnosis. Why did I mention that? Oh my God, my memory sucks. What was the question? Oh, gentle parenting. Okay. So all of that was to say, we have to gentle parent. I don't think it's productive to parent a child by screaming at them, hitting them, etc. I also just do not believe in hitting my kids, period. That is a strong line. Like I don't ever go there. I definitely have lost my cool with Noah before because he has tested my limits, and I've screamed, and I always apologize to him after. I feel awful. I feel like the shittiest mom in the world when it happens, but sometimes in the moment I just don't think, and it just comes out and I'm just screaming before I know it. And so I think it's important to apologize to your kids if you do that. Although I don't think it's productive to like parent very strongly and hit and scream and whatever, it's especially not productive to do that with a child with autism. Their behaviors a lot of times, 99.999% of the time, are because they're either overwhelmed with a lot of sensory stuff, they feel like they cannot communicate themselves properly, there's a million elements that make them act the way they do, and yeah, if you punish them for that, I feel like that's fucking detrimental to their just entire being. So we can't parent Noah any other way than gentle parenting. In certain departments he struggles, and I can't imagine punishing him for that. So we have to be gentle parents with him. Is it rough? Yeah. Does sometimes Noah just do things because he wants to be a little butthole? Yeah. He literally does things sometimes just to bother me. But 99.99% of the time, it's because he's going through something. And I think that can be applied to neurotypical kids too. So yeah, we're definitely gentle parents. And Queenie, I mean, she's 8 months old. Like, you cannot discipline an 8-month-old. I've actually seen people try to discipline like 8 and 9-month-olds. I'm like, they barely know they're in this universe. Can you just let them be? Mostly we're just guiding them like, hey, don't touch the electrical outlet. That will probably kill you. Having kids, especially in the first like 2 years, is just following them around and helping them not die like 20 times a day. Someone said, not an assumption, just wondering how you drink alcohol while you breastfeed Amelie. This is a perfect time to explain that. I get comments sometimes about this, and I do have to say, I unfortunately have had to cut back my alcohol a lot. Not because I can't drink, just because especially at nighttime, I don't like to be like drunk or even really tipsy when I go to sleep. Like, I always want to be on alert if she needs me in the nighttime or anything like that. Like, I just don't like to be tipsy at nighttime. But you can absolutely drink when you breastfeed if you do so responsibly, and like anything else, you do so in moderation. So the rule of thumb is that if you have 1 drink, it takes about 2 hours to metabolize out of your breast milk. It's not like the entire alcohol content content of your drink goes straight to your breast milk. I used to think that too, but that's not how it works. It's a like diluted version of your alcohol, and even then it's just a very, very tiny amount. But also you don't need to pump it out to get rid of it. So if you don't pump, like, so I pump 3 times a day now and breastfeed pretty much the entire day. But if I breastfeed her and I have my drink, by the next time she needs to eat, that's completely out of my system. I don't need to get it out of my milk because it metabolizes out of your milk. Does that make sense? So I don't really worry about it because I don't drink a lot. Now, if I did want to get drunk, which again, I don't really get drunk nowadays, but if I did want to get drunk, like I know my brother's coming soon and we're gonna go on vacation to the beach, I might get a little tipsy. I have milk that I pump for Amelie, so she does take bottles. She doesn't prefer bottles, but she'll take them. She would much rather be on the balonies. That's what I call them. I don't know why I have started calling my nipples balonies, but like literally everybody references, like my husband will text me and be like, the baby wants baloney. Like, I think it's because my nipples are big, whatever. Anyway, she much prefers being on the boob, but she will take a bottle. So that's been great when I do want either a break, like I want to be the fuck out of the house, or if I want to feel tipsy and I want to actually drink. So if that's the case, I'll just have my husband give her a bottle or something like that, and that's it. I think that not drinking while you breastfeed is just like another unrealistic expectation. Like you spend your whole pregnancy avoiding everything, like you can't do shit when you're pregnant, and then you're expected to breastfeed your kid, but like don't do anything, like don't drink, don't this, or it's like, come on. But yeah, if you do it in moderation, it's harmless. Someone said you'll be fighting a bitch for your kids. Absolutely. If you make me feel any type of way, especially Noah, like the baby's still a baby. So people are, oh my God, the baby, whatever. But if someone gives me a weird vibe about my son, judging him, anything, you'll never see me again. So yeah, I would fight someone for my kids. I'm on edge constantly about my kids. Like I'm on the lookout. We're their biggest advocates in their life. And we're also the people that bring people around them. So if I bring you around my kids and you fuck that up, sorry. I got a few that say like, you're chill, you're very patient. And I have to say, I am the chill parent. Nasim is definitely Mr. Strict, Mr. Not So Fun, Mr. But you know, me? I'm amazing. In Nasim's defense, I am the one that usually has to be away for work, or like, not away, like in my office. And so he has to be around the kids a lot more often, which I think by, you know, default makes you not so fun around the kids because it's like, fuck my life, you know? But I have to say, I think the best situation is to have one parent that's a little bit stricter and one parent that's more chill, because if you have too much of one or the other, it's not so great. But it's good to have a good cop, bad cop moment. And I try not to do that. Like I don't want him to be the bad cop, but you know, it's just hard for me because I look at Noah's little face and just want to switch it. And then Queenie, forget it. She can do whatever she wants. So yeah, I don't know. I think just by nature, I will just be more like, just let him do that. Like it's, who cares? Like, you know, and then Nasim's more like, no, don't do I always make fun of the way he talks to Noah, but it's something along the lines of, Noah, no, don't do it. Love him to death. You're happier as a mom. I would say that's true. And honestly, I've been doing a lot of reflecting recently on just my life, everything that's led up to me being almost 30. Honestly, I'm kind of excited about my 30s. I'm turning 29, so I'm not 30 yet, but like I'm getting there. And me and Lily have like talked about it on our podcast, and I've just done a lot of thinking back into like my LA time when I basically did whatever the fuck I wanted. And as much as I miss not having like that crippling feeling as a parent where you're responsible for someone's life, like that could be like debilitating sometimes. And then sometimes it can make you not even recognize yourself. You're like, holy shit, like I'm just someone's mom, but I'm not. I'm still myself. However, I do feel happier now because I feel like this structure, this purpose, this thing that I have to do every day, caring for these little humans, has helped me in life. It's given me a reason to get up every morning. I know that sounds kind of like cliche and stupid, but like in LA, I would just sleep till like 2 or 3 every day, and then I just order food, and then I just drink beer, and then I just go to sleep and do it all over again. And as cool as that was to be able to do whatever the fuck I wanted, and I made some awesome memories and met cool people and did some weird things and told you guys stories about it. As much as that was a good time, it wasn't a happier time for me. I'm glad it happened, but I'm also happier now, I think. I'm also on antidepressants. That might be it. No, but I love my kids, and they just, they fucking complete my life. That you'll be honest with them and let them learn from your mistakes. Absolutely. I am not the parent, I mean, shocker. I am not the parent that's gonna be like, don't curse, don't do this. Like, it just, Come on, guys. It wasn't that long ago that I was a teenager, okay? I do remember it. I just want my kids to trust me. I don't want them to feel like they ever have to hide something from me because, you know, I do remember what it was like to hide things from my parents. And although my parents were just trying to like protect me, and I get that and I see it now, I would have liked a little bit more open communication where I could feel like I could just go to my mom and talk to her like how I do now. Me and my mom now talk about literally everything. But when I was a teenager, it wasn't like that. And I'm like, why? Why is it different now that I'm an adult? You know, like I would like to have a complete open relationship. I want them to know about my life. I want to know about their life. I don't want them to feel judged by me or like they need my fucking approval to exist. Like I just, you know, I don't know. Someone said you have help with your children, something not a lot of people have. Does my husband count? No, I don't have a nanny. We've never had a babysitter. My mom has watched Noah before. Nobody has ever watched like both kids. So ever since we had the kids, you know, that's it. Babysitting is over. But my mom used to take Noah like maybe one night, like once a month or like once every other month. And I was super grateful for that. Not a lot of people have that. But a nanny or babysitting, no. Nasim especially is super against that. I have nothing against nannies or babysitters. He is just like insanely overprotective, especially of Noah. And especially because Noah can't fully, like Noah talks, but he's not like fully verbal. He can't tell us if something happens. Maybe when both kids can talk, we would feel a little bit more comfortable with that, but we just can't do it. But honestly, sometimes I do just fucking wish we had a babysitter, someone that could just come and I could just leave my house, just be free for one night. But unless that babysitter's got balonies, it ain't gonna happen. You are very much accepting of your kids, their hobbies, interests, just who they are. Thank you guys. These are some nice assumptions. I was expecting a lot meaner ones. Absolutely. Especially, you know, with Noah. I mean, Queenie doesn't have hobbies. Her hobbies are chomping down on my nipples. But like Noah has a bunch of quirky things that he just loves doing. And it's important for me that like he can do that freely without judgment from anyone. I find a lot of like humor and fun in the crazy shit Noah does. It makes me really happy. And anything they want to do, like, go for it. You religiously follow mommy blogs. Hell no. Listen, no hate to anybody, but I spend all day being a mom. I don't want to fucking watch not one more person be a mom. That you are great at limiting screen time and prefer outdoor play. No. Miss Rachel lives here at my home. Have you met her? You know where Miss Rachel lives? She lives here. Guys, I just can't do it, okay? It's hot as balls in Georgia. Like seriously, you go outside and your kuka is dripping. My son goes out every day, okay? Queenie, not so much because I don't know if you've seen her, but she's so white, she's transparent. If she spends 2 seconds outside, she is burnt to a crisp. I do like take her outside, but I have to bring her in so quick because she literally just turns beet red. You know, sunscreen, doesn't matter. Noah goes outside every day. You know, he has a swing set. He has a bunch of stuff that he can do in the backyard and he loves it. But there's only so long you can be outside. Okay, it's hot. Nobody's trying to have a heat stroke. So we do come inside and when we come inside, what's there to do? Noah now, he's turning 5, so he's gotten into more of a stage of wanting to be independent. So he'll go to his room and we have the camera in there, but he'll go to his room for like an hour at a time and just like independently play and, you know, color on things and stuff. And that's great. Honestly, love that stage. And with the baby, I'll sit her in her playpen and we'll play with the blocks and she'll, you know, do whatever babies do. They mostly just go blah, blah, blah. But after a certain time, especially around 7 p.m., the witching hour, oh yeah, we're turning on TV. And got Miss Rachel on the TV. Noah's got his tablet. I'll give him my phone too. You want dad's phone? You can have dad's phone too. You can have 3 devices. Don't give a fuck. I just need peace and quiet before I lose my shit. So yeah, screen time, guys, we do it. Sorry. I know. Judge me all you want. You're not the one that has to survive this household. You're a germaphobe. That's actually interesting because with random things, I am a germaphobe. Drives my husband fucking nuts. I'm a germaphobe when it comes to dishes. It is bad. Like if I'm watching someone do dishes, I actually just can't watch you do dishes because you're doing it fucking wrong. Everything needs to be vigorously washed as if you could eat off of it, and then it needs to go in the dishwasher and be on a hot cycle so that it can get sterilized. Otherwise, I'm not touching it. And I don't like anyone drinking from my cups. That includes my children. Like if Noah drinks from my cup, I need to wash it. I mean, especially Noah. That kid, he'll be eating pea chips. He loves these pea chips. If you've tried the Harvest Snaps one, they smell fucking disgusting and his breath smells like peas. But he'll be eating that and with a mouthful of pea chips will walk up to my cup right next to his fucking cup that he has and he'll take a big sip of it. And I know that if I could see inside my cup, because I have one of those metal tumblers, you know what's swirling around in there. So I have to dump it immediately, clean everything. I don't want nobody touching my cup. And I'll let Amelie drink from my straw, but that girl just be drooling and it's nasty. You lick your fingers after you wipe food off their face? After? Absolutely not. Even before, you know how people do like, and then they like rub? I don't do that. I just grab a wipey. But after? That is diabolical. You equally divide tasks between you and Nassim. Absolutely. Everything is divided. So our house tasks like dishes, he does the dishes, I would say most of the time. I do laundry most of the time. We both change diapers. We both mop the floor. We both, you know, we don't both take out the trash. When it comes to taking out the trash, I am but a wee little woman who can't lift heavy things. But everything else, we do divide half and half, and we have gotten really good at it. We don't need to ask each other to do anything. That was like my thing as being a woman. It's hard. A lot of times you feel like you're the one who has to direct everyone to do something. And honestly, that just doesn't seem fun to me, to be married to someone that I have to direct to do everything. Like, that's fucking exhausting. So yeah, although we have open communication, obviously if I need something done that maybe he doesn't realize needs to be done, I have no problem asking. But for the most part, we're like a well-oiled machine, which doesn't mean that my house is clean all the time, because it definitely fucking isn't. But you know, we do a good job. Like, we just do things that we see need to be done. So yeah, that you have a schedule for everything, nap time, playtime, etc. Hell no. Oh man, I wish I was that parent, but my God, my life is so off a schedule. Like, the baby will just be put down for a nap anytime she shows that she's sleepy, and then Noah doesn't nap anymore. But everything else, food, milk, everything is on demand as they need. We are but their servants and they are our masters, and they tell us what we need to do. No schedule whatsoever. The only thing we do on a schedule and without fail every single day is bath time and sleep. That I think has kind of like kept us sane. So each kid, like, I'll take the baby and then he'll take Noah. He'll bathe Noah, I bathe the baby, they both go down to sleep for the night. That is the only thing we do no matter what. Everything else is a fucking mess. That you're an organic mama and you buy organic fruit and veggies for the kids. Sure. Well, for the baby, because she is not in her toddler phase where all she wants to eat is cheese and air, yes, we do buy her organic fruit. She doesn't like purees, she does baby-led weaning, she wants like food. For Noah, if he eats something with his mouth, it was a good day. That kid is the pickiest eater ever, so we just give him whatever his little heart desires. And then we obviously give him supplements so that he can have maybe a vitamin or two in that bloodstream. I don't know what it is with kids, man. They think they could survive off of nothing. And I mean, in their defense, they do survive off of nothing. They just eat snacks and call it a day. Okay, so I feel like that was a decent amount of assumptions. I don't know, but we're gonna skip to the second part of this, which is answering any questions that you guys may have. Lily asks, can you please just make a solo podcast? If you didn't see our last episode, we were reacting to hate comments where people are just like, can Jessie just do a podcast by herself? That was a funny one, Lily. Good one. How has buying a house changed you and your family's life? I don't know that it's changed our life. I mean, I guess it has. I do feel fortunate to have a home, especially like in this crazy fucking market. Like the house we were living in before, it costs so much money to rent it now, and it would have just kept going up. And so I feel very fortunate to pay as little as we do for the house that we have. But yeah, I guess it's provided stability, which has been nice. And it's just nice to know that we're not gonna have to move anytime soon. But I don't think it's like changed our life, because we literally lived right down the block. But it's definitely been nice. How's breastfeeding going? It's going great. Although, if you've ever breastfed an 8-month-old, you know, it's a bit insane. She is like highly addicted to my boobs. Like, I think breastfeeding kids, once they start reaching this age, you know, nearing 1 year old, they're hooked. And she is addicted. Like, she needs my boob. Sometimes she'll be drinking from one boob and grabbing my other boob just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. But I have an oversupply. I think I've said that already, but I've been able to donate at this point over 9,000 ounces to local moms. I've pumped over 17,000 ounces, which is around 132 gallons of milk in 8 months. And that's that I pretty much exclusively breastfeed. So I do pump, I do have bottles for Amelie, but she doesn't take bottles every day. Like, she'll breastfeed pretty much the entire day. And so that is a lot of milk, my friend. And although it's been insanely fucking hard and insanely demanding, and I do get touched out. Sometimes I'm just like, I cannot right now. Like, I don't want anyone touching my nipples. I don't want anyone looking at me. Like, I don't. It's been amazing. And it's been amazing to have this journey with her. I never have experienced this before. Obviously, I didn't get to breastfeed as long with Noah, and it's just been amazing. And I feel so lucky that I've been able to not just feed my baby, but I've been able to feed like so many other babies here locally. It's just been honestly amazing. Not to say that it hasn't been fucking hard. And honestly, I'm so ready to stop pumping. I can't anymore. Like, I only pump 3 times a day, but that is 3 times too many. And I hate that I still get engorged because I have an oversupply. And so when she's trying to like drink in the morning, I just hear like the letdown. She's like she's like literally choking on it. It's just, I'm over it. I just want to make, at this point, enough for her. And so maybe after a year, I will start weaning back on pumps and just trying to exclusively breastfeed. If any of you have experience with that, please tell me how you did it. I don't want to get mastitis. I don't want to get a clogged duct. So I don't know, but I used to pump 7 times a day and now it's only 3. So I have weaned down a lot, but I don't want to pump anymore. I don't want to clean pump parts. I'm over it. How is it going from 1 kid to 2? Can't decide if I want another. It's a lot. And that is that me and my husband are home all the time. And so we are 2 people with both kids. But if you're by yourself at home, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a lot. Any free time you had before is gone. Goes to the 2nd kid. And I know that, you know, she's gonna get bigger and start walking, and that's gonna be a whole other layer because she's already crawling and that's hard. And it's a lot, but it's a lot. I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. I'm so happy that Amelie's here. It feels like my family's complete, but I can see how if I didn't have my husband's help, I would be a mess. What's the scariest thing about being a mother? Dying. I know that's a little morbid, but yeah, feeling like if I go, how are they gonna be okay? And I know they would be, and they have people that love them, but not like I love them. It's either me dying or something ever happening to them. Those are the absolute like worst thoughts in my head and my nightmares. Being a parent is terrifying for that reason. You realize how fleeting life is and you just don't want it to be that. You want to have control of everything. You want to make sure they're always protected. You want to make sure they're okay. And sometimes that's beyond your control. And that's fucking terrifying. Okay, so a lot of you guys were also wanting Amelie updates, so I'm just gonna bring her up and then that'll be where we end the video. Let me go get that crazy girl. All right, Queenie, it's your big debut. Guys, look at this humongous baby. Queenie, say hi. Boop, boop. Chugga, 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 chugga. Boop, boop. So my little Scorpio girl is 8 months old. She has 8 teeth, if you can believe it. She is crawling. She is trying to stand. She says bye-bye. She says mama. She says dada. She doesn't want to stay still. Ever. She's like a roly-poly-oly. You cannot keep this girl still. She's a little smiley girl. She's always smiling. We got to teach her stranger danger because she hasn't learned that lesson yet. See, she wants to just dive off. She's honestly a workout, like just holding her, your arms get sore because she just wants to be out and about. I think it's because she sees Noah running around. She just wants to do the same thing. Also, at one point someone was like, does she have red hair? And I was like, no, she doesn't. Guys, I think she does. Like in certain lightings, you could see her hair is kind of like orangey. It's blonde orange. Where did that come from? You see? There she goes. She's looking for baloney. She has no respect. Okay, she'd be pulling down my shirt in public. All right, so now she's drinking milk. It all happens so quickly. And before anyone gets on my ass, literally, I drank like 3 sips of wine. It's perfectly safe. Don't even get started. You try denying this girl milk. She's crazy. But anyway, she's about ready for her nap. I think she's giving me the vibe. And yeah, that is it for today's video. Let's just end it while I'm breastfeeding. Hashtag normalize breastfeeding. Hashtag breastfeeding is literally just feeding your child. Stop making it weird. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be doing a video very soon with my brother. He is visiting in a week and a half and we are gonna film together because he calls me from LA all the time, just cracking up watching the videos that we've made together. I'm like, okay, relax. But he's convinced that people want another video. So if that's the truth, you're in luck because me and my brother are gonna film another video. But yeah, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you at some point in the future. I will. Don't forget to check out the Do We Know Them podcast and I'll see you next time. Bye.